Diego sits in his car, calling someone on the phone. "What do you mean that you can't come help me? My tire is flat and I need help fixing it. I just got off work and I don't have time to wait around," said Diego. The person on the phone screams at him and hangs up. Diego puts his phone down and starts to tear up. He rolls down his window and asks random strangers if they can help him. Every person that he asks would respond with the same answer: "I can't right now." Or they would ignore him with silence. 2 hours went by and nobody was helping him. Diego was starting to feel helpless at this point. He sees a person walking a dog in the parking lot. He's getting closer and closer to Diego's car. Diego asks him kindly, "Hey, do you think you can help me fix my flat tire?" The man looks at him and starts to go crazy. He's cursing and kicking Diego's car. "Who do you think I am, a servant? Does it look like I work at a mechanic shop? Why don't you get out of the car and fix it yourself? All you have to do is switch the tire and that's it. It isn't so hard. My 10-year-old can do it in 15 minutes, said the man. He goes over to his car and kicks the tire. He keeps walking and never looks back at Diego. Diego looks defeated. He can't believe how many rude people there are in the world. He opens the door and jumps out of the car. He crawls over to his tire and tries to hold himself up. It's revealed that Diego has no legs. He then crawls over to the trunk to get out the supplies that he needs to fix the tire, but the trunk is too heavy for him to open it. The man that is walking his dog comes back into the parking lot. He sees Diego struggling, so he instantly rushes over to him. He opens the trunk and tells Diego to get back inside while he fixes the tire. Diego and the dog go inside the car while the man fixes the tire. 10 minutes go by and the tire is now fixed. The man goes up to Diego and starts to apologize. "My bad for screaming at you and cursing. I was just having a bad day and wasn't being myself. I didn't know that you were disabled, but I still should have just helped you. I hope fixing your tire can make up for it. I'm truly sorry." Diego tells him that it's fine and that he's just grateful that his tire is fixed. The man gets his dog while Diego takes off smiling. This story teaches us to always help out others, even if you're in a bad mood. Don't rub off your emotions on others because it can ruin their day. 1. Do not let your children under 6 years old around older ones, no matter friends or family relatives. Sexual assault is a possibility and manipulation may occur. It is better to be on the safe side, so always make sure that you have an eye on them. 2. Always remind your teenage daughters to never send inappropriate pictures to others, as it may result in consequences. 3. Your children should feel safe and loved when they are around you. It's good that they are comfortable around you so they can let you know if anything bad is happening in their life. Make a friendly environment to let them not to hide anything secret from you. 4. Between the two parents, don't cheat on each other for the sake of your child. It will dismantle the family and destroy the child if you do so. 5. Don't let your children depend on you. Make sure that you teach them the basic necessities they need to survive. If they need to entertain more, let them have it by their own. If they depend on you, then they will become very weak. 6. Always make time for your children's problems. Listen to their problems and help them, or they will start to become depressed and hopeless. Finding solutions for smaller problems may stop bigger ones to happen. 7. Never attack each other's personality between the two parents. Don't cuss at each other and destroy each other because the kids will grow up with the mentality that you guys hate one another. 8. When one parent is angry and yell, let the other one calm and listen until he gets quiet. Use your communication skills to prevent major problems. Be open-minded to each other. 9. When your kids have a problem, don't wait a couple days or a week. Solve it immediately. 10. Talk about mental health problems with your kids. Teach them the basics of mental health so they can realize that if they may have one of those conditions, they can let you know. This teaches us to acknowledge many things around the family. It can be between the mom or dad or between the children. Just make sure that everyone takes care of each other. One day, an old man and his son, Peter, are sitting in the backyard in front of a fireplace close to sunset. He gives the old man a tea for him to drink. The old man takes the drink and tries to drink it. He puts his headphones in and starts listening to music. Suddenly, the old man spills the drink on himself, staining his shirt. Peter takes off his headphones and yells at the old man, who is his dad. "Why are you always making a mess? Stop spilling the tea on yourself, Dad," says the son. He puts on his headphones and continues to listen to music. The old man says something to the son. Peter takes off his headphones so he can fully listen. The old man points at the ground and asks, "What is that?" "It's a rabbit," says Peter. He continues to ignore the old man. Some time goes by, and the old man points at the ground and asks, "What is that?" Peter says to him again, "It is a rabbit." The old man has Alzheimer's, so he continues to ask and ask again, over and over. Peter is mad at this point and screams, "It is a rabbit! A rabbit, Dad! Do you not know what a rabbit is?" The old man starts to tear up and gets depressed. He gets up and leaves from the backyard. Peter is wondering where his dad went, but he continues to listen to his music. The old man eventually comes back, holding a diary in his hand. The old man sits next to his son and opens the diary. He tells Peter to read the diary. The diary consists of baby pictures of Peter and different notes indicating how he would have trouble walking, spilling food on himself, and not being able to tie his shoes. He asked the son multiple times, "See, you had trouble doing all the things when you were little. Do you remember how you learned to succeed?" He asked this question over and over again. Since the old man has Alzheimer's, Peter has to keep telling him the answer to the question. The son replies, "Yes, because you helped me when I was little." This happens 14 times in a row. The son starts to realize that the old man helped him out so much when he was little. He starts to get happy as he sees his son's face because he is able to take care of himself without the old man's help. The old man says, "Do you see now why I got so sad earlier? It's because I respected you so much when you were little and when you asked me questions. I am old now, and you have to understand that I can't take care of myself anymore. I am over 70 years old, so I can no longer do the things that you are able to do. Please understand and respect me as I would understand and respect you." Peter looks at the old man and starts to tear up. He realizes that he treats his dad so badly because he believes that he can do everything for himself. Now, he realizes that he needs to treat him better and also help him do the things he is not able to do for himself. He says, "I'm so sorry, Dad. I need to treat you with the most respect because I know you are getting old, and it is not easy. I promise you that I will always take care of you until the day you die. I love you, Dad. The son gets up from the chair and hugs his dad. The old man is confused because he has just forgotten what happened. The son continues to remind the old man that he loves him and continues to take care of him. A woman, her name is Ellie, lives in a poor neighborhood with her 2 kids, a son and a daughter. She can't afford anything at all. She watches her kids starve at night as they lay down for bed. Every day she wakes up, she looks for available jobs, but no one is hiring a maid because everybody is poor in that town. She watches her kids go to school and cries when she gets back home because she won't have any food for them when they get back. They are in this situation because Ellie's husband passed away a couple years ago due to a car accident. Her husband was walking on the street when a car came flying into him, sending him into the air. He died on impact. Her husband was the one making all the money, so since he is no longer with them, Ellie has used up all the money stored in savings. She feels as if she can't live another day. Every day, they keep on getting worse as Ellie and her kids start to starve slowly. She has heard of a radio station where they dare people to call in and ask help from God. Since she has nothing to lose, Ellie calls in the radio station one morning and asks God for help. While she was talking on the radio, a man named Don was listening in. He was a non-believer, so he laughed listening to Ellie asking for God's help. Don was a businessman, so he had a lot of money stored in his bank account. He got a hold of his assistant and asked her if she can find where Ellie lives. The assistant finds out where she lives and gives all the information to Don. Don thought it would be funny if he sent her all kinds of foods and groceries. The thing is, he wanted his assistant to drop off the food and say it was from the devil. Don plotted this whole plan for a month and finally bought all the food to give to Ellie. The assistant goes over to Ellie's house one day and knocks on her door. Ellie answers and sees all the food she brought with her. The assistant says, "All this food is for you." Ellie immediately feels joy and as if a weight was lifted off her shoulder. She quickly accepts the food and puts it into her house. After that, the assistant asked her, "Don't you want to know where all this food came from?" Ellie is busy putting her food away in the fridge, so she doesn't respond right away. Once she is done putting her groceries away, she goes over to the assistant. Ellie responds, "No, I don't care at all because when God orders, even the devil obeys." The assistant looks at her in a shocked way. Ellie shuts the door on her and goes into the kitchen to cook some food for her children. The assistant lets Don know what had happened and he starts to get frustrated, throwing his phone. Ellie's children come home from school and see that there is food on the table. They all smile and enjoy one of their first meals in a long time. This story shows us that everything happens for a reason. When you put out a certain type of energy in this world, you will definitely receive it back in a good way. Levi gets off of work one day. He just finished his 12-hour shift and is ready to go home. He gets into his car and races home. Once he gets home, his 2 children surprise him at the door with hugs and kisses. Levi's wife is washing his clothes as he enters the house. Once she hears the door open, she rushed toward him with hugs and kisses also. Everybody gets ready for bed as Levi sees the monthly bills on his table. He looks through them and sees that he will barely be able to pay them off with his minimum wage pay, he throws them down violently and goes to sleep. While Levi is at work, he hears his phone go off. It's a text message from his friend Jesus. Jesus has invited him to dinner at a local restaurant. Levi accepts his offer and meets him later on in the day. While the two are waiting for dinner, Levi begins to talk. "I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. My bills are coming in too fast and I can't seem to win. My life truly sucks because I can't even afford anything. All I can afford is the necessities and that's it. No nice cars like you and no nice food that we are about to eat. I wish I had money like you. My life would be so much better." Jesus looked at Levi and started to burst out in laughter. He takes a bite out of his steak and begins to tell Levi, "Okay, you want to have money like me? I have a deal for you. How about I give you $50,000 for your heart, $30,000 for each of your lungs, and how about $100,000 for your backbones? You will have $210,000 in total." Levi looks at him in shock. He can't believe what his friend just said. Levi starts to question him. Jesus interrupts him and said, "I offer you this money for your organs because I need this. I have a lot of health problems, and if I don't get any of these replaced, then I'm going to die pretty soon. I may have a lot of money, but the money I have can't buy me my happiness. Look at you. You are completely healthy with a loving wife and kids. Then look at me, single, depressed, and unhealthy. You're saying that you wish you had money like me. Well, I wish I had a life like yours. The truth is, money doesn't buy happiness. It buys you things that don't even matter. Be grateful that you have a good life, even though you don't have much money. It's the little things that count." Jesus goes back to eating his steak. Levi starts to wonder if he really wants to have money now. Maybe he is better off making minimum wage with how his life is going. He looks at Jesus and thanks him. "Thank you for making me realize that I need to value everything I have. Thank you." The two shake hands and finish up their meals. This story teaches us that you need to value everything you have going on for you. Even when you're in a dark place, just remember what good things you have. Because by money, you can buy mattress but not sleep. You can buy sex but not love. You can buy watches but not time. You can buy house but not home. And you can buy medicine but not health.
Hello guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, we are not just telling the story, we are inspiring you to have a better life. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.